Hi everyone, I hope that you are all doing well. I thought in this blog audio podcast episode that I reshare my story about my journey towards getting my autism diagnosis since I've gained a lot of new followers on all my social media platforms and on my blog website, The World of Autism. So, I am about to reshare for those who don't know, and this is really important for those who don't know my story. This is how I received my autism diagnosis. So I wanted to share my story again towards receiving my autism diagnosis since I gained a lot of new followers on my blog website. And with um with today being my 25th birthday, and as I'll put a note about that in which I did publish this blog on my website the day before, so today's my birthday, so I thought I'd reshare my story. So here we go. Here's a picture of me when I was a baby. I was born around the age of 1 FO. Well, let's get right to it. I was born in Brooklyn, New York on January 18, 1998. After I turned 1 year old, my parents noticed I was not meeting developmental milestones compared to Samantha, my older sister. I was not verbally talking as the main sign, but there were other signs and symptoms. I did not want to play with anyone and was mainly my own world. I did not react to anyone whenever my name was called. I had a really hard times with changes in routine, like when going on different walking paths with my parents. My parents were concerned about me. My pediatrician advised my parents to seek an audiologist for me. My parents took me to an audiologist because they thought I was deaf. The audiologist told my parents I was not deaf and I had good hearing. My parents and I went back to my pediatrician and they recommended my parents to take me to a neurologist. When I was more than a year old, my parents took me to a neurologist. The neurologist examined examined me in Downstate Hospital in Brooklyn, New York, where I was observed in the room. After being assessed, my mom received my official autism diagnosis in the mail on her birthday. This was 10 days before my second birthday in the year of 2000. Was the process of getting an autism diagnosis tough for those of you that are followers that are autistic self-advocates? Or was the process of getting an autism diagnosis tough for parents who got or received a diagnosis for their child? Share your experiences in the comments section. We would love to hear about how your journey as an autistic self-advocate, or for families, like if you're trying to receive a diagnosis for your child, how's it going? Has the journey been tough? This was my story and I thought I would share it because I know it's very different for a lot of families, and I hope that from my story that it will give a lot of insight onto receiving a diagnosis for your child. And for those who are autistic self-advocates following my page, that with just processing about with being on the spectrum and everything, those who are just receiving a diagnosis as adults now and all that. So I hope that you all enjoyed this blog audio podcast about my autism diagnosis and how I gained and how I received my diagnosis in the first place. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to my blog website, The World of Autism, and for my professional page, Exceptional Shell, on all social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, you name it. And don't forget YouTube, where I've been doing these blog audio podcast series from, and guest interviews from my blog website. So don't forget to subscribe and follow.